All right, so guys, I am happy that we're doing this live in studio. You guys know that we've been on a budget, so we've been doing it via Zoom. It is more exciting in person.
It is. It's good to see you guys.
Do you guys still think Jeffrey's still going to get in trouble?
Always.
You are. I think you like playing the villain because the villain's always the popular one.
I honestly
That's
don't.
fine.
I honestly
you
don't.
You love it.
Apparently, I just do a really good job at sticking my foot in my mouth.
And then wiggling your toes a little bit.
Listen, if I'm a step in it, I'm going to have fun in it. I don't try to, but hey, we
you
here
are
now.
A perfect tourist man. You are the perfect stereotype of a tourist man.
What does that mean? I'm caring. I am funny. I'm lovable.
You're stubborn. No, we love it. We love it 10 toes down. I posted something yesterday on my Instagram that I think shocked a lot of people, where I said, hey, if I've hurt you this year, I just need you to know I mean it. Stop playing with me. And people were like, oh my God, I thought you were emotional. Yeah, I'm emotionally intelligent and being honest that y'all play with me too much. Yeah. And it was so funny. My friend and I were talking, I won't say her name, but we were talking about how when you're somebody who gives a lot of grace, people don't know that you can take cheat meals.
Yeah.
Like one day I could just stop.
What do you mean?
Like if you're somebody who every time people lie on you, you keep it cute for the consensus. Like, I'm going to vent a little bit, but I'm going to keep it cute.
Okay.
The shit that could put you in jail, I'm going to keep it cute.
Yeah.
That big piece of tea that would ruin all of this shit right now, brunch would be over.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it cute, right? When people are used to you doing that, they never realize that you can unchoose that at any moment.
Oh, yeah.
You can, yes.
I had 24 hours yesterday where I just thought about all the chaos I could cause if one day I stopped giving a fuck.
Right.
Do y'all ever think about that? You're a Cancer. I know you do.
Yes. I mean, sometimes I'm actually causing chaos too.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes I do choose violence.
So I feel like a lot of times when we are trying to figure out how to show grace and how to show our ass, how do you guys pick a cheat meal? Because I feel like I might be due for one, but I'm trying to make sure that I'm not just PMSing and choosing violence because of hormones.
When I start twitching, when it's when I get that Arthur fist and I can't control it, that's when I don't choose grace. But otherwise, I'm always giving grace.
I think I sometimes enable people by giving too much grace. So I realized that what I'm going to start doing is disengaging earlier.
But
that's helpful, honestly.
That is,
yeah.
I just know, I always say, there were a lot of times in my life where I was extended grace.
Oh, here we go with the guilty grace. How many minutes were we into the show?
Every
3 minutes?
Every saint has a past, every sinner has a future.
Jeffrey,
I'm here to tell
when are you going to work through this guilt so you can start telling people the truth about them showing their asses?
That's mean.
Oh my God, accountability is mean. Okay, that's the first hard take. The first thing I want to say is I'm so sad you guys missed the 11/11 party. But I'm happy that you guys got to eat the food.
Oh, and I did.
The food that kept giving. Jeffrey wrote me. He was like, "You are such a Haitian somebody."
She sent me the bag. First, you saw the bag of food. Everything was wrapped and labeled. She texted me then the instructions for heating. What was supposed to be hot. What was supposed to be cold.
I want you to enjoy your meal.
What was frozen because her friends put it in the freezer. She even put that in the note. And then there was a bottle of wine, and even the silverware was wrapped up. I said, "Blueberry, you are somebody's Haitian daughter."
Right. Yes. It's just home training.
I ain't getting no wine.
Oh, because I thought like you always have wine, and plus you had more food. So here's the thing with you is Lulu's container was so big it was a picnic basket for two.
She packed for you, and I don't know. Are we saying names?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She packed for you.
She's claiming her man.
Packed for you and
I know
LaRon.
this is a new day for me.
Okay, that's
I
right.
know. Hi, LaRon.
I had to ask permission.
Oh my God, we actually said his name on the thing. Hi, LaRon. We're all saying hi to you.
Hi.
That's amazing that you're in a relationship that you're willing to claim. Do you know who might not get claimed? This is an update from a show that we had previously. Northwest. I really think that Kim Kardashian's gonna put her up for adoption. Kim has now come forward at a new article.
Eating onions.
She's still eating onions, but now she's also scamming the neighbors. According to Kim Kardashian,
I love this kid.
The angry black woman that lives inside of Northwest gives me so much life. That is Donda reincarnated.
How is she scamming these folks?
Well, apparently to Kim, she's a lemonade stand. If you're a stranger or look like you're part of the general population, she charges you $20. If you're one of Kim's friends, she charges you $20.
Wait, you said 20 for both?
No, $2.
Okay. You said 20 at
Oh,
first.
my bad. Yeah, it's $2 for the average person and $20 for Kim's friends.
But what?
So Kim's friends were walking up and seeing the sign that says $2 and handing her $20, and she'd say, "I don't have change." And then she would send them away, and Kim was getting calls that people like, "Your dog scammed me $20 for some lemonade."
Okay, my question is, I'm pretty sure they live in a locked
Calabasas.
compound. In a compound,
Yeah.
what normal people are just walking around the Kardashian
Basically, anybody
block?
who's not a reality star.
Blue
pays $2.
Blue is going down to Inglewood running scams. That's what's happening. Not Blue. I'm
Not
sorry.
Blue, right?
North. We both over here.
You must think about Blue Ivy. Can you imagine that Blue Ivy? I think
Ivy.
Blue Ivy is running that family though. She's a Capricorn.
Blue Ivy cannot be in Inglewood. Northwest maybe. But
Wait, I have a question. Why would Northwest be in Inglewood and not Blue Ivy?
She would not be, but I feel like Northwest would not be recognized. Blue Ivy would.
That's true.
So
you know who else would be recognized? I love these segues. Lauryn Hill. Because I want to make sure that we circle back for journalistic integrity. We talked about Lauryn saying, y'all lucky I even showed up.
Yes.
Lauryn got mad again and posted a 13-minute video.
Jesus.
Because she said you guys took it out of context. I was like, well, context is 13 minutes, man. We had to cut it down. What she really said was that the clip was taken out of context because she was saying that her mother and her tribe helped her deal with so many hardships and that she had to make so many sacrifices to be on tour that her fans are lucky she even is able to tour with all the things that she's had to face. And she said, that's what I meant.
You see how short that took you?
Yeah. It took her 13 minutes. So my question is, does that still, doesn't everybody have kids and responsibilities when they go on tour?
I think so, but I think that because it's like for entertainment purposes, she has less grace, and she's like, I'm just doing the best I can with what I got.
Well, the thing too,
are you
though,
not
it's
entertained?
it not like Lauryn was 30, maybe even 40 minutes late. Lauryn Hill could be up to 2 hours late for a concert.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't go.
I think it's more than 2 hours.
Right.
I think 2 hours is a good night. They're like, oh, it's only 2 hours. We might actually get home the same day.
I mean, at a certain point, she might as well just lean into it. Like, it's her
might as
thing
well.
now.
No, but I don't think she's taking the feedback, though. I think she thinks we're all nuts. I would rather she say, hey, guys, I have time blindness. Okay, I got a little of the ADHD. I can't tell time. My bad for being 4 hours late all the time.
And then
she still
people
thinks it's us.
manage their expectations, probably. Right?
Yeah, I think now she's doing the whole I'm an old black legend, and so it is what it is. Y'all gonna have to just die mad.
I saw Lauryn Hill during Essence Fest.
How was it?
Came out. It was great. She had to be on time because it was somebody else's set. It wasn't her set.
Did she really have to? I feel like she still would have found a way to be
Right.
Well, she was there when she was supposed to be there. So I got to see her, and then she did sing some of her songs. So I never have to pay to go to a Lauryn Hill concert because I have seen her once. I ain't got to worry about time restrictions, her being mad, none of that.
Yeah,
None of that.
I'm a little nervous about her as an act because I don't think she's aging gracefully in her icon status. I see people like Missy Elliott who are like getting. Have you seen Missy's mom, by the way?
Yes.
Why does Missy mom look like she and I went to high school together? Like, how you look younger than your daughter? Yeah, I need to know what the
thing.
skincare routine is.
Right.
But no, there's some people who are like Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Like they're icons and legends, and when you see them, your heart melts. I feel like Lauryn Hill is going to turn into a punchline if she doesn't chill out. I mean, she's
already a punchline. They always late.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but now that she's angry, look what happened to Anita Baker. I can't clean my house because I think of violence towards Babyface.
I was going to say, poor Babyface. He got hit with them strays.
He's such a nice man.
What did she say about him?
She was cussing him out and his fans because I'm not even going to get into the Anita Baker tea. I'm going to let you Google that because
All right.
I don't want to get derailed by that. There is a serious matter that we do have to talk about.
Uh-oh. I'm going to pour another drink.
Yeah, I'm going to take a sip because this is 1 degree of separation for most people in Hollywood. You guys know that as I was coming out of teaching class last Wednesday, my phone blew up with a bunch of people DMing me saying, you were right about Kiki and her baby daddy. What they were referencing is I made a video 3 months ago explaining that the amount of malice and resentment it took for him to make that tweet spoke to something much more sinister, and that I was worried that was smoke where there was fire.
Okay.
And so people, when they saw the family drama that's going on with Kiki, they all blew up my DMs. For those of you who might be under a rock, don't have Wi-Fi or the Shade Room or Hollywood Unlocked, Kiki has filed a restraining order against the father for child, Darius, because she's alleging that he is harmful to her and her son. And she released still shots of what appears to be him being physically forceful with her.
Right.
Now, this is tricky for me. Number one, on one hand, Kiki follows me. We have a bunch of friends in common. You know, I tend to talk about her in a space that's compassionate. On the other hand, some of Darius's friends have told me his side off the record.
Okay. So what are you willing to share?
What do y'all think?
I don't have.
But what do
space.
y'all think of what y'all have seen so far of the kerfuffle from Usher and the concert and you a mom
Usher
in that dress?
Usher sitting there like, now how I get in it?
Oh, speaking of Usher, Darius' side of the family, allegedly, a source, has released Kiki's mother cussing out Darius about the Usher tweet.
Oh, it's online. I saw it on
saying, well, why this dumbass scared about Usher? Usher be sleeping with the mans and And now she's like, how I get in it again?
Right, yeah.
And now all the gay boys on Twitter said they're going to see the Usher concert before the end of the year.
That's one
His
of
sales have skyrocketed in the
mean,
community.
Great. I mean, good for him.
I've only been here for the Kiki's mama and his mama drama because they got into it and she sent that old Barbara Shirley text message. That was what started.
She threatened to shoot him. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's more than Shirley.
I mean, in all seriousness, though, like I don't have space or tolerance for any man that puts his hand on a woman. So
yeah,
Darius, don't really care what your reasons are. If you don't have self-control or restraint, then yeah, I'm not here for it.
Yeah, I really do think once you put your hands on someone, unless the video was released. That's one of the things his friend said is like, why did she release the stills and not the video? And I was like, you're making this awkward. It's a Sunday for me. I just want to eat my rice and beans from last night.
Even if she did hit him, even if she got up in his face, I'm sorry, you do not put your hands on a woman.
I totally agree. And part of what he's alleging is he's not hitting her. He's trying to get something from her that she confiscated. So then that gets tricky, right? And so my thing is, how do I say this nicely? The minute you showed your ass online with that tweet, any good favor you had went out the window.
It's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like it's almost too little too late because the minute you tried to publicly and malicious, let's be honest, I 100% believe that action was malicious. You have one act of malice on the record against someone who has 20 years of good favor.
Yeah.
You screwed yourself already. Even if you were trying to get your keys, and that's why it's a picture, not a video, because they would have shown you innocently trying to grab your keys from somebody, but it looks salacious as a still shot. Even if that was the case, you shot yourself in the foot 3 months ago.
It was also when the Usher Kiki thing happened. His old tweets, didn't he tweet something about Mike Brown?
Oh, he tweeted about the Mexicans. Like, he likes Trump. Like there's a lot of stuff.
Who he is. He lost all grades, period. So
yeah, and the thing is too, in LA, I think the things that are considered manipulative in the rest of America in the industry are considered like breathing air. Mm-hmm. Like, perfect example, if we're doing this podcast right now and there's a moment of strife or a kerfuffle, easily I tell the producer to cut it off and we continue.
Sure.
Right? And we pick it from where we left off. That would look fake to a layperson. Like, how do you just pause life? Because we're on camera. That's how that works, right? To us, we don't think of it as fake or manipulative because we're in the industry. So I wonder if a lot of what he's going to allege is her being fake, it's just regular industry shit.
Right. Mm-hmm.
even if she is, you don't put your hand on a woman. I'm sorry.
You don't.
I just don't have space for it. I'm sorry.
And then Serrana's got in it. Oh, man. Serrana's, this is tricky. Because everybody, you can't go to the Soho House for margarita and not run
Wait,
Serrana's.
was it Serrana's? No, I'm sorry. That was our other friend. I'll say the girl that was on Summer House.
Oh, Norman, yeah.
Well, I didn't want to say his
No,
name.
we're going to talk about that bitch. Look, okay, y'all know that I am pro-black, I am pro-woman, I am anti-misogyny, I'm all the things. I'm also pro-lying. And one of our good friends, Norman, which is probably one of the most emotionally intelligent men I've ever met, and people don't think that because he's so attractive, they think he must be a fuckboy. Mm-hmm. And Norman's such a good dude that watching this girl stalk him for 2 years, watching her stalk my page and send me their sex tape. So this is not hearsay. And then watch her go on Summer House and lie on my friend. Let me tell you, I blew up Twitter that day.
What did she say?
She went on Summer House and was basically acting like some actor from Insecure lied on her, and she was getting death threats from crazed fans, and her sisters had to hold her down. Sisterhood, black woman. You a damn lie. You stalked my friend for 2 years, and I saw it with my own eyes.
Usually, I'm very much two sides to every story, but
we were there.
Seeing her on Summer House, I was like, she's doing nothing.
She's batshit
to help her. Like, Lutasha, this girl was insane.
She was insane on camera. That was the camera her.
And that's
the real life
why they cast her, because it was like, yes.
Yeah,
right.
But I think Bravo had a responsibility not to cast somebody who with an active stalking case while she's around other single men. Because the reason why the stalking case became a thing on the show was that one of the guys liked her until he read the story about Norm. And the next day was being funny to her. So she's like, why don't you want to flirt with me anymore? He's like, I heard you stalked somebody from Insecure. like, I don't need that in my life. And so the whole thing came out because of that. And I was like, he found it within the first day in the house. Bravo couldn't have found it.
You know Bravo found
They
it.
found it. They was waiting for it. They probably fed it to him.
Well, you guys, when Summer House comes out, Norman and I have talked about this. He will be coming on the show to tell his side, including receipts. He won the case. In the court of law, she pled guilty, okay? So this is not, I can now legally say, this girl stalked my friend for 2 years, and because she was a woman, the police didn't do anything about it. Ruined his life. And I think a lot of times we don't think about men being battered. But I do think that a lot of times when you're in an abusive relationship, that's where the term trauma bonding makes sense. I was talking about this. We improperly use trauma bonding as a psychological term. Trauma bonding is a psychological term. You guys can make up spiritual versions to cover for the fact that you guys didn't Google the actual word. But as a psychological term, it's when someone abuses you and then you bond with them. Ike and Tina, right? We use it improperly as, me and my girl, we're bonding over trauma. That's not what it actually means. I think what Darius and Kiki allegedly had, it does sound like a trauma bond. Because it went from, I love my man, to the next day he's making fun of you in front of everybody, to the birthday y'all are celebrating together, listening to Sade at the bar, drinking beers. Like, we couldn't keep up because I think she couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been in a domestic violence situation, either one of you, that you... Not in a way, like, you don't have to give names. Wait a minute, do not give people's names. We do not have the money.
I don't want to talk about that.
But have you ever been in one?
We've known each other a long time. You know,
We'd have been around a lot of situations.
Wait a minute, why are you talking like Charlie Murphy and
Charlie Murphy. I have not been in a domestic situation, fortunately. So and also I always think about, like, what kind of space was Kiki in when she chose him? I'm like curious to think about that. And I'm absolutely not blaming her. Like, I do not think it's her fault. And also I think that a lot of times with Black women, people in general, like, we like to think the best out of someone. And even if they're not exactly where you want them to be, like, you think, maybe they can grow into it, or maybe they are in therapy. Maybe they are working on themselves.
Build-A-Bear.
Yeah. And so I think with her, since she's so famous and she's had, like, situations where she's probably like, they showed that clip of her with Steve Harvey. She was like, I was trying to date somebody you hooked me up with, and he was crazy, Steve. And then she had that situation with Trey Songz. I don't
and nobody believed her, and they found her.
Yep. And so I'm like, she probably was like, you know what? Let me just get a regular dude. Like, this is probably easier. He'll be low key.
He's my friend's brother, we kind of already know each other.
Spoiler alert. No.
I really feel bad for all parties involved, because I feel like for you to be in that situation, it eats away at everybody's self-esteem. I still think that if he really did hit her, he's a piece of shit for that. So this is not me excusing what he's done. It's me really being sad about the ecosystem that creates him.
Yeah.
Like the kind of ecosystem where your brother is on this popular show and your girlfriend is Keke fucking Palmer and you are working for your girl. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not someone with strong self-esteem and a strong core and people holding you accountable, it's very easy to become a supervillain as a way of feeling powerful.
But I think that happens to men a lot. Like, they keep talking about how they were like, what do you bring to the table? What kind of job you got? I want to go 50-50. They really want, like, submissive breadwinners.
We're actually going to do an episode about that next week.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do a submissive breadwinner episode, because Lulu is very passionate about asking y'all how do I submit and also pay all your bills?
Yeah, like the math is not math.
Yeah, hold on to that question, because that's gonna be next week's episode. We're gonna talk about our deal breakers and do we think we could be submissive and what we feel about the word submissive.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's gonna be interesting to unpack from different genders.
Especially with Jeff ass.
Jeffrey, Mr.
He gonna get canceled for sure. Wait a minute.
I am going to be sober.
Yeah, no.
I will make sure.
Jeff, come as your full self. It's great for the ratings. Please have a big old jug of something. No, I really feel bad for Keke. And honestly, I'm going to say something controversial but brave, to quote Eric Andre.
I love it when you call yourself brave. That's good.
Controversial but brave, yes. I think moving forward, if I meet someone who thinks I'm too good for them, I'm going to believe them.
You have to. You
yeah.
really do. And
if someone says you're too good for me, I'm like, maybe you're right.
And a lot of times men are jealous of you, even the ones who date you.
I've had a lot of men that I have tried to have relationships with be intimidated by who I am and then pretend to be me to their next girlfriend.
And then pretend to be you. Wait, what?
Everything they learn from me, you are drunk.
Let me ask about that.
Seriously, like, it's called swagger jacking on the streets, Jeffrey. It's when someone has proximity to you through dating or friendship, they see your style and they're intimidated by it, but as soon as you're out of the picture, they emulate it. So every single time, literally for the past 5 years, this has always happened. I try to date somebody, they say they're intimidated or think I'm too deep, which, by the way, I think too deep is such a ridiculous thing to say to somebody. I'm not the fucking sea, okay? I'm a person. So they'll be like, oh, you're too deep, or I can't keep up, whatever. Basically, translation, I'm intimidated by your power. And the next relationship, they pretend to be me. And the girl who they're courting is falling in love with the me that lives in them. Like, bitch, you don't even like him. You like me. And it's weird watching a man pretend to be you because then I have to reconcile with, you were jealous of me the entire time I was trying to smash?
You keep in touch with him after you realize it ain't
No, because what happens is because I'm in the industry and everybody that I've had relationships with, you know, I'm very secretive about who I sleep with. They all are people who are in the same ecosystem. And so if somebody like tags them on a congratulations, because you know, if we're on deadline or something, we're always shouting each other out for little wins. I'll see them across my feed and I'll see a clip, and in the clip, they're literally like repeating verbatim something they heard me say as me, but with the dick. And I'm like, what? And then their girlfriend's like, yeah, get it, King. You know astrology because you have a Mars and Mercury. And I'm like, wait, why are y'all talking? Like, it's weird. And it's happened several times where the universe has made me see it. There's one person, I won't say his name.
You should.
I'm not, because the way my lawyers are set up, I only have one and he's tired of me. I literally had an argument with him about something, like a really, really passionate argument. He booked a TV show and the clip was him saying my side of the argument. And everybody's saying, oh my God, you're so evolved. You're such a good black man. And I'm like, you cussed me the fuck out that night when I made that argument. And now you on TV?
Maybe he went home and sat with it.
And then copy and pasted it?
I mean, he might have saw the light.
Oh, okay. So they all saw the light after I left.
Yeah.
And now all their girlfriends are trying to impress me through them.
Yep.
No, I think it's nasty. I think being swagger, I don't want anybody who wants to be me. I want somebody who is so strong in themselves that we're learning from each other.
Sure.
Lulu, how do you feel being in a relationship with someone who is clearly so comfortable in his masculinity? Because we've talked about how much I love that for you.
You're right. He's Master Splinter.
I call him Master Splinter, seriously. And you
That's
guys
what we call him.
Look, he's a tall, strong backed black man. He's very attractive. I'm trying to be respectful. I've been told the way I talk about people's partners can be a little naughty. So I don't know what it is. I think I talk like a dirty old man when I'm talking about the sexy time, because you're nasty too. And then there's Jeff.
Right.
But Jeff is single over here, so we ain't talking about partners.
By choice.
Jeffrey, you have broken the hearts of a third
You
of
just asked Lutasha a question.
Oh, my bad. She pivoted it to you. Okay, Lutasha, how does it feel to be with a black man who you are not worried about emasculating?
It's actually extremely refreshing because
I want that for me.
For me, like, I've realized I've had men who are also jealous to me. I won't say I was go as far as they swagger jack me, but I realized later, like, some of the way that they talked to me and like the way they treated me, that they were like jealous and they were trying to dim my light. And in addition to that, one time I was dating this guy, and I'll never forget this because I'm like always talking shit. And so he was like, so you just be talking shit all the time?
I mean, that is a valid question, Lutasha. Why are you talking shit all the time?
It's so fun.
Like, get ready.
Right. It's like, don't start. I'm like, I'm going to start.
You on thin ice.
Right.
Mama's ice skating.
Right.
Wow. So you're a habitual line stepper.
I am. And so, but the thing, and I remember I told my brother about that. He was like, not only do you have to date somebody who is okay that you talk so much shit, they like have to like it.
Damn,
Like
that's a tall order.
Actually, it is a tall order, and it's very specific too. So I think that sometimes for me specifically, men like the idea of me, but then when they like hang out with me, they're like, she's still talking that bullshit. she did just beat me in bowling, and now she talking shit again.
Oh, you don't beat a man in a game. I learned the hard way that even the most evolved dude.
Yeah.
I had somebody get mad at me because he was really proud of himself and being smart. Like, that was his thing. And I was like, I like that you go to Columbia. It's cute.
Yeah.
And one day he was talking about how hard it was for him having a genius IQ and X, Y, and Z. He's like going on this whole thing. And I was like, oh, I took one of those tests too when I was little. And he gave me his number, like, yeah, well, my number is X, Y, and Z. And I was like, oh, my number's so-and-so. And my number was like 5 points higher than his. I didn't get sex for a week. What? He was so, like, you could literally see his spirit leave his body. Because it was such a big thing for him. And it was not a big thing for me, but my IQ was higher.
Sure.
This man got mad at me because my IQ was 5 points higher than his.
Yeah, because like,
I've never again told a man my IQ. Don't worry about it. I can read.
well, like, another thing is that some people, well, everyone is very specifically insecure about something. So maybe it's like not a thing for you, but it could be different for somebody else.
It's the funniest thing to me that I have found that men are intimidated by when it comes to women. So me,
The gays feel different.
me and our other friend Jessica Nabongo. Hey,
We love Jessica.
We had a survey one day, and we surveyed 7 men. Age ranges, I think all of them were in their early to mid 30s, somewhere around there. And then we had like 2 or 3 that were early 40s. And because Jessica had brought up, I was like, if you go on the first date, Jessica drives a very expensive luxury vehicle. And I was like, Jessica, I just know you pull up to a date in your car, step out, heels, dressed to the nine. Like, these men are like panting, like mouth on the ground, like, damn, that is a boss move. And Jessica, she said, no. Men are intimidated.
They hate
do
that
not
shit.
like
They hate
that.
it. They
And
hate
I was
it.
like, what? Because I'm just thinking to me, I'm like, you pull it up. Not that the car matters, but it's just like, this looks sexy. So that's what started the survey. And we called, and I think she picked all of the guys. We called 7 straight men. And of the 7, 5 of them, the question was, would you be turned on, neutral, or would you be turned off? 5 of them would have been turned off, and the reasons were because they range from she can't afford her lifestyle to the cartel must be paying for it.
Wait.
Right.
The cartel.
How did you get the car? She trying to floss and like she's trying to be Hollywood and look like she can, but she can't really afford it. Who's paying for it? It was so many like reasons, and I was like, wait, what? Like, and we know Jessica. Jessica has earned her car. She takes care of her
busted her
lifestyle
ass.
herself.
Yeah.
Nobody's paying for her car.
Let's put some respect on Jessica's name. Jessica is the first Black woman to travel to every country in the world.
Yes.
She's literally made history.
Literally.
Yeah.
So she didn't get a handout.
Lifestyle taken care of by herself. And what's for people to think like, oh, somebody's paying for it. She can't afford it.
for
It's
men
living
to
above her
think.
means.
Men.
I was like, that is insane to
They've done
me.
a study on that. They said that the more a woman makes, the smaller her pool of man gets.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
but-
the less
So,
attractive she is to men.
so like when we are successful, we become less attractive. And they say if you're successful and your IQ is above a certain level, you only have like a 2% chance of finding your person. How you think I feel?
The only 2 though that were like that said the turned on, yes, they would be turned on. They were like 42 and 43.
They were tired.
Life experience.
What I tell you, find you a tired man.
Emotionally involved, therapy involved, but all of the 30-somethings, they were like, she's living above her means. Oh, I don't trust it. When one of them said the cartel is paying for her lifestyle.
This underscores
wish.
my mantra is you need to find a man who's tired of his own shit. I can't make you tired of your shit. You have to be tired of your own shit so that you can actually want us to learn from each other and me not constantly dealing with
I
your
was so
your
sure
trauma.
it was going to be some yes, that would be a turn on, but they were all like, how is she paying for it? Oh, is she just trying to like look fly? And I'm like, she literally, this is the car she drives.
That's her lifestyle.
It's literally her car.
Yeah, it does. It's a thing. Like,
They like us when we look homeless. I get hit on more when I look homeless than when I put in any effort. Like I look like I just rolled out of something and the man was like, hey yo. And one time somebody walked up to me, and this is so racist, guys, so I'm going to give a warning.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning. That's when I knew, I was like, oh my God, I can't be with a stupid man. Like I have to be with somebody who's well read. He was very attractive. He was very tall. I don't always hold my breath for tall because you know how it is. And he walked up to me. He was like, yo, your eyes are pretty. They're big, but they're chinky. I'm going to call you Big Chinky. And I said, sir, you will not call me that name. And I realized he was a little stupid, right? Fine as hell, tall. He was dressed very nice. He probably makes money dribbling a ball or something of importance. But like, I realized, I was like, there's so much wrong in that sentence that I just think educationally we are not a good fit. And it's the first time that I ever realized that like, I can't be with somebody I think is stupid.
yeah.
How tall?
About 6'3". You know what? He was about 6'3". And I'm 5'8" and a half, 5'9" on a good day. So you would have let some man roll up on you saying problematic,
Curious,
racially,
sir.
like
Curious,
tone
sir.
deaf.
You know, nothing wrong with a little nickname.
Nobody will be calling me Big Chinky. I just want y'all to, and that would not be the name of this
That's
episode.
something that y'all just keep in the household.
He might slip up. If he called me, can you imagine if we were at like a press event, he'd end up calling me Big Chinky at
I
the
would
black.
hope he ain't that dumb to do it right
He was
there.
dumb enough to say it as his intro line, Jeffrey. How you meet them is how you lose them.
He ain't say it on the mic though.
So you would get with somebody who was big and fine and dumb.
I mean, I feel like we all have.
Yeah, right. I'm saying we've all come on now.
Wow.
Come on. You had a night.
You've never dealt with a guy who was big and fine and dumb.
And
Yes,
dumb.
it was the best sex of my life and the worst year of my life afterwards.
See?
Well, anybody say for a year? I was talking about for
No,
the
I
night.
was dickmatized.
You
No, I actually don't ever
you know
want to
Jeff
pick it in there.
ain't keeping nobody around for no goddamn year.
A year.
You guys,
said that?
you guys, speaking of keeping people around and romantic relationships, did y'all see that Jeezy and Nia Long video?
I saw clips.
I couldn't get past the clips because the sexual tension was too much for me.
Well, I just can't stomach Jeezy pretending to be like this
wholesome.
You don't think he's tired too?
Your name is Jeezy the Snowman.
He could feasibly be tired, but I felt like his whole relationship with Jeannie Mai was a farce to begin with.
Explain, friend. Elaborate.
I feel like it was like he was trying to transition away from being the snowman, and he wanted somebody who, like, looks good on paper.
Yeah.
And then also who is not black. So he's like, I feel like a lot of his, people who know him, what he's famous for is for being Jeezy the Snowman. And he was I don't think he's trying to escape being black, but I think he just wanted a broader audience to get eyes on him.
Yeah.
And I think that was like a play to do that. I'm sure she's a lovely woman who wants dark meat on the side.
Oh, first of all, we're talking about her racist comments about how, white keeps her lean and mean and she likes her dark meat on the side. And then she ended up, leaving her white husband and getting with a black man.
And he made her a single mother.
And he made her a single. She became the very stereotype that she probably believed was a truth. I think what's really ironic is a lot of times when people are talking about why they like women who are not black, they somehow pivot back to why they hate black women, which is a weird way to talk about what you like.
Odd.
And Jeannie Mai she's Asian woman, and Asian women have that stereotype of being docile, but Jeannie has been on the record saying that her mother verbally abused her father to the point where he left, and that she's herself verbally abusive, and that being with Jeezy was her first a relationship where she was not allowed to be verbally abusive. So the irony is that here's a woman who actually is probably more volatile than the black woman stereotype that he might have been running from.
Is she Korean or what type of Asian?
I think she might be Korean.
Because I was gonna say my Korean friend told me that Korean women act like that. Well, this is before
they're verbally abusive.
Yeah, and physically sometimes as well.
Oh,
she told me that her mother stabbed her dad.
Oh, wow. That's violent.
Yeah, and so
I
knew that they were like that, and I was like, she was like, I don't even know why they say like that we're adults. I don't know if it's different for Japanese or Chinese or something like that, but I know Korean women, they don't fuck around with the fuck around.
I just figured Jeezy, like you said, was trying to expand his audience to a different, different whole new set of people, and she was trying to be a Kardashian, get a black man.
She really was. She really was.
Because she was talking about she didn't even want kids.
Yeah.
Now she got a baby with that whole man face.
and she's, I know, it looks like just like a light skinned version of Jeezy. And even when she said that she didn't believe in submission and she was an independent woman, and what kind of loser would think that? And then she pivoted and she was like, I plan to submit when I get married. She did the whole thing where she camouflaged herself to be his ideal woman.
Yeah, she did. I believe that as well. And then also like, it's just so exhausting, like watching these women try to pretend to be black women and they just can't keep it up.
Or they pick the worst parts of us to emulate. I honestly,
even the Kardashians, they taking their shit out now. They're like, this is exhausting.
I really think that Tristan is karma.
I love Tristan.
Him and his stank walk.
Him and that family.
I haven't seen The Walk.
Oh my God.
You haven't seen The Walk?
I don't watch the Kardashians.
No,
I don't watch either.
the clip is viral.
I haven't seen
I haven't seen The Walk, but all I know is he's a whole dirtbag, and I love it.
And just infiltrated that
oh my
whole
God,
family.
It's amazing.
Well, you know what's happened after the Nia Long and Jeezy interview? Because that was a sexy interview. There was lots of, black men don't cheat. And she's like, oh, I can see that. You can see a lot when you're trying to jump somebody's bones. Like Nia looked like she was about to risk it all for her 53rd birthday with Jeezy.
I feel like Nia just be talking to people sexy though sometimes, which I enjoy. But I don't think that she necessarily was into Jeezy. I was waiting for her to be like, nigga, please. I wanted
She
her to
was
say
eating
nigga,
it.
please,
She was
so
eating
bad.
it up from the clips that I saw. But here's the thing: right after that interview came out, Jeannie Mai came out with a thirst trap.
Oh.
And so, what question I wanted to ask you guys was: have you ever been the person who intentionally posts a thirst trap or a deep quote after a breakup, or my personal cringe fave, a combination of both, where your booty's out but you're quoting Socrates at the same time? Have y'all ever done one of those to lash out publicly after a breakup?
I did once.
You had your titties out?
Yeah, one time, yeah. I think the photo is still on my Instagram if you go down deep enough, yeah.
Are you inviting people to go find your titties out
But
picture?
it's far down. I don't think nobody wants to. So I literally have never deleted a photo since whenever I got my Instagram. So
I'm the same way.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm the
It's
same
just
way.
like
That's
it's a
wild.
catalog of my life, and every moment is where I was at that moment of my life.
Y'all don't need to see all the moments, child. That's a lot.
I'm talking about, remember, it used to be them real bad filters. And
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah, it was all orange
I got
and
all of
that.
those.
I got
yeah.
exes on there too. If you go back for
Yeah.
Y'all need to stop inviting people to go through your stuff.
But I have so many photos, I don't think nobody gonna want to go that far.
Jeffrey, you really underestimate. They find you if you said the N-word back in 2013. So y'all have never done the thirst trap / deep quote get back.
Not deep quote, but yeah, the thirst trap.
Thirst
yeah.
trap for sure. Deep quote, no.
I don't think I've ever posted a thirst trap in my life.
Well, you need to get on board.
All right.
I remember one time Jeff, one of my New Year's, he told me, because we spent New Year's, he was like, what are your New Year's Eve
I
What is it
always give
called?
assignments and tasks
Yes.
to my friends.
He told
Hey,
me I
James.
need to start doing more thirst traps.
I have never in my entire life done a thirst trap. I wouldn't even know how to do it with a straight face. I would just start laughing.
You can laugh at him.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
Oh my God,
You
it's
just
so
get
audacious.
One good thirst trap that you
Yeah,
just.
you're gonna be. I could barely be serious.
Do you guys ever have people who know you online and then respond differently from seeing you physically in person? Like, do you ever have any weird reactions? Like, oh, you're taller than I thought, or oh, you're prettier than I thought. Do you ever have any of those reactions?
One time, this guy did tell me, and I was actually waiting to use. I shouldn't even tell you because I was going to use it as a quote for a picture.
No.
Oh, I want to hear this now.
This guy told me, he was like, "Damn, you really fine like in real life."
Oh, that's beautiful.
He really told me that. He was like really shocked. Like he was like looking at me for a second. He was like, "Damn, like you really look like this."
That's beautiful.
I was like,
How about you, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I mean,
Don't be modest now, Negro.
Jeff got fans.
Yeah, right. Just say what do the boys be saying? And the
They are
girls.
because they be asking me. They be like,
Right.
"What's up with Jeff?" And I be like, "Child, don't get off my line."
It's some
You know,
people-
Melissa asked about you once.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
After she invited me to her birthday and I was her friend.
Oh, let me stop. Okay. Oh, wow. I forgot she was kind of thirst trapping with you. But no, what was the comment that you gotten the most?
Or
it'd
your
be-
favorite one?
No, it really be like, oh, you're nicer in person. Not nicer in person,
Jeffrey,
but you're
anybody
just really
talking about how
nice.
nice you are? Come on. What's the physical?
Ain't nobody ever said that.
Oh, you're so nice.
No, he's so nice.
With your big penis. Come on. What do they really be saying, Jeffrey?
Not even nice to strangers.
He's not nice to strangers.
It depends on the stranger.
Jeffrey don't like strangers, y'all.
He don't like strangers.
No, it's
He
the
do not.
strangers
He's a
that my
tourist.
when y'all bring people around that I don't know. But when I'm like meet people, yes. But
So
when, like,
that's
my friends-
worse. You
No.
should like the ones that we vetted.
Right.
I don't know that y'all vetted. Sometimes I don't know about y'all.
Oh, but it's
vetting.
somebody off the street. So somebody off the street is safer than somebody that we tried to vet.
Well, 'cause I'm
Jeffrey, just tell the truth. What's the thirst trappy feedback you get in person when people meet you after seeing you online with your pecs out?
I'm really trying to think. I don't.
It's just so many.
Oh, it's just so many compliments.
What can we do?
Mine has not been okay. So mine is always about my voice. So the number one thing is not about how I look.
Lately, I'm sorry. Lately is like, oh, so you really do be cooking. That's literally lately.
Jeffrey, okay, so we're gonna pay from Jeffrey because he's sharing.
Yeah,
he's
I
not
don't
sharing the
know.
tea. I think for you, people probably think that you have great skin in person. Like you're very. Look, really, is that you blushing, friend? You see his face? He was like, oh. No, I think for you, it's probably your skin and your smile. You and Lulu, I think you guys smile so much, which makes me want to giggle all the time. Again, mine is not physical. Mine is about my voice. I really need to learn accents. Because London, Home Goods, Boston, the hospital, my mom in the emergency room, people keep on walking up because they hear my voice and they follow it. So I need to learn an accent. Second one is from guys is they never know that I have breasts until they meet me in person.
What?
Because I don't post thirst traps, which means you guys never see my titties online.
You should definitely show them titties.
Definitely post.
People have no idea how.
Go get you a bustier.
A lot of people have no idea how chesty I am, and I don't think about it. And because I'm body positive, you know, I be wearing V-necks and crop tops. I don't be giving a fuck. So when people go from not seeing my breasts at all to seeing me in person, there I was like, oh, that's a lot.
Okay, so we still got a whole nother month and a half left in the year. So by December 31st, we need a thirst trap from Blue.
Yes.
No,
Yes,
I
that
am
is your
not.
homework
agree.
assignment. We're
That's-
saying it right here on camera. Blue, we need a thirst trap by
need a
December 31st.
thirst
I wouldn't
trap.
even know how to post a thirst.
You gonna figure
what
it
makes
out.
it a thirst trap?
We gonna
Listen,
figure it
you
out.
have two creative directors that can help you.
Bam.
If you really
What is
wanna
the
do
intention of
something.
this?
To do something
To
different.
do something different.
Just do something different.
And I'm gonna
What
be
if my husband's watching now? He think I'm a hoe.
he needs to know.
He knows I'm a
He
hoe.
needs to
Let me
know.
stop.
Well, I was gonna say if one picture determines that, he's probably not your husband.
That's very true, actually.
So-
Actually, you know what's so interesting? I was just telling my homegirl, I don't think I want a husband unless he makes sense.
I think that's the way it's
most
supposed to
people,
be.
Yeah, that's not how it is. Everybody's like, no, we need a husband. I was like, no,
Yeah.
I know so many people who are married and miserable and just got married and
it's
check
so
it off.
many.
I only want to get married if it's actually an enhancement.
I only want to get married if the paperwork is done properly.
Oh, wow. Is this a cash grab, friend?
I mean, at this point,
What if he didn't have a pot to piss in, but he had a beautiful heart?
Make that coochie
well,
breathe.
that's fine, but not.
That's cute for you.
That's
girl.
cute for you, right? You fall in love and have this fairy tale.
Right.
Wait a minute. So
Not
let me
me, girl.
So let me get this
I
straight.
fall in love before. I'm sorry, I'm marrying for for security now.
Wow. So let me get this straight. You wouldn't babysit my boyfriend's kids if he had any.
I have a 4-hour time limit.
No, you guys both said it was ghetto of me to even ask last episode.
Yes, ghetto for you to have it, but Blue,
Wait a minute,
for
that's
you.
not ghetto for me to fall in love with a man with children.
4?
I know. I didn't say 4.
Oh, I thought it was 4.
No, I said any kids. You guys thought it was ghetto for him to have any kids at all. You said more than one.
One is
Y'all
fine.
said more
Yeah,
than one.
is
That's
fine.
not 4, friend. You see how quickly your minds jump from 1 to 4?
1 is fine. And again, I have a 4-hour time limit. I will babysit and play with.
Give him all the
little
chocolates,
Rugrats.
send them back all sick.
Yeah.
Nah, Jeffrey.
Don't fall asleep. Just turn the heat on.
I honestly think that dating has taught me that sometimes being single is the healthiest thing for all parties involved. Like, not everybody needs to be dating.
Yeah.
This is the truest thing
Like, they
ever.
say there's love for everybody, but not everybody's ready for it.
Sure.
Wanting love and deserving love and being ready for love are two very different things.
Vastly.
Have you ever thrown somebody back in the ocean because you thought they were amazing for you, but just too early? Like they just hadn't finished baking yet? So you just rub on everything, huh?
I fall fast.
Oh my God.
I'm planning the wedding in the first week.
Right. Fast and loose.
Yeah, but then if
and
it
then
don't
he
work,
out
then right
in
then,
the same week.
So how long? So within a week you falling in love and falling out of love?
If I like somebody, oh yeah, I'm planning out like I've got all the plans, vacations.
What turns you off then if you're that bought in the beginning?
I mean, you know,
Small
just
things.
small thing. Yeah, it just don't work out.
Give me an example because your don't work out sounds trivial.
It's changed. Like now where I am, I need you to be authentic. I need you to be yourself. As soon as I can just smell a little bit of like
Contrived,
fakeness,
yeah.
contrived, I'm out. I just want the most authentic. I want to know the
Give me
worst
an
parts of you
example.
up front.
But Jeffrey, you request a lot of intimacy up front. Not everybody is equipped for that.
Yeah, because I don't have time to present a representative of Jeffrey. When I meet you, I'm gonna let you know everything up front. I deal with my friends.
That's
I deal
because
with
you
people
feel safe, but some people just don't feel safe. And they need to feel safe first. You wouldn't wait, huh?
And that's why I'm single.
Damn, Jeffrey.
I mean, I feel him because it's very hard for me to open up as well. Like, it's really hard.
Y'all were so open when I met y'all. It's hard to think of you guys like that.
Because we weren't trying to have sex with you.
That's true. See, I treat everybody the same when I'm trying to
But I
say
treat everybody the same. I'm just as open with y'all. I've definitely stuck my foot in my mouth with people I was trying to date a couple of times.
You got
Little
spicy with them.
praxis.
Yes. But I'm just like, I can't do nothing but be Jeffrey. I can't do anything but be me.
You can't soften it a little bit, make them feel safe first, and then request them to show you all their biggest hopes and fears.
No, because I don't want you to fall in love with this version of me, and then when you're getting real me, you're like, oh, you changed.
Oh, so you
It's
don't want to
no, I'm
evolve. He's like, no, because it will be short lived. That's not really ever going to be me.
I just, look, I accept people at face value. Accept me as I am, and let's make this
Okay, Mary J. I mean, it does make sense. And when you see all the relationships that are happening right now and all the mess that people have to get used to, I don't want to get copyright strikes, so please don't sing no more. We're not going to get a penny for this episode if you keep singing. I'm thinking about the Will and Jada thing and their fall from grace. And then, yesterday morning, I woke up to the news that we all woke up to. Will Smith's former assistant alleged to Tasha K. Tasha, I still haven't learned my lesson,
the girl
K.
Cardi B sued?
Yeah, she hasn't learned her lesson. She has a guest who's alleging, as Will Smith's former assistant, that he walked in on Will Smith being murdered in the booty hole by Dwayne Martin.
Will Smith ain't did nothing to nobody. And
Apparently
everybody
he
got
does
Will
some-
Smith's
done
name
some
in
stuff
this.
to
He said
Jada.
Will was bent over and Dwayne Martin was murdering his butthole.
But
And
that's an old rumor. Like, they was talking
it's
about that.
also an ugly thing to say if that was ever your friend.
Yeah.
Even if it was true, I think it's nasty to speak in that way. Well, Jada has come out and said, we're suing everybody and it's not true.
Okay, Jada.
Ooh.
No, thank you for standing up for your man.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, because y'all love to say she don't stand for her man, but now that she is, you got to be stank, right?
That was a hand clap. Thank
Really?
you for
That
standing
was
up for
a
your man.
dry ass hand
Oh,
clap,
I'm
friend.
sorry. I've been drinking, but no, that's what I was like, okay, Jada. I'm like, yes, that was a yes. Okay, Jada.
We caught you know we filmed this, right, friend?
I know, but that's why I want to clear it up. That was a okay, Jada. Like, thank you.
It's okay.
'Cause
We're
listen.
gonna run back the tape. I'm not sure that's what actually happened. So Jada's saying she's suing everybody.
Good.
Will has not responded.
Good.
I think it's good he doesn't respond.
Yeah.
Like, you don't got to respond to everything.
Does it matter?
Respond to Jada.
I mean, you know what? Does it matter? I thought it was interesting that she responded on his behalf.
Good. He slapped Chris on her behalf.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it got real toxic.
And she said that got them back together. So, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. If my partner, I'm
That's how
not
you can tell
condoning
they having
violence.
sex again.
Oh yeah, they're having sex again because he started hitting people. He was like, "Ooh, box, is that you?" Let me stop. Well, that's mean. I feel bad. We shouldn't speak ill of the dead. No, I really do think that aggression, when it comes to your partner protecting you, can be sexually arousing.
For sure.
You think men would feel like that? Like if you had like you think if a guy was dating a woman who was very protective and was like getting rowdy on his behalf? Because I've had guy friends tell me they actually don't like that because if she says something crazy, he's the one who still has to fight at the end of the day.
Yeah. So I think like for me it's different because my boyfriend, I won't say he likes to fight, but he's very efficient at it. Right.
I mean, he's 6'10" and looks like Master. He can.
And he's like a black belt in 2 different like, competencies. I don't know if that's what you call it.
You better brag on your man. Now he's a black belt twice, girl.
No, but I say that to say that's why he'd be like, whatever, like talk your shit.
Oh, he don't mind you starting a ruckus because he can end it for you.
Yeah, but I also and I told somebody, I'm like, I was starting ruckuses way before we got together.
It's nerve-wracking to go out with Lutasha.
Wow.
And Brandy.
Oh yeah, I was both of them yesterday.
Gorgeous women, and
they will fight.
Niggas is niggas, and if one of them say something to them, somebody has to stand up for them.
But I don't even.
Cancer women are a little crazy. I'm not even gonna hold you. Cancer women, y'all be a little ticky boom.
And what's it to you? Like
what's it to you? Who have to call the cops?
I think I'm also ready for the smoke myself. Like I'm not like Jeff. Why you ain't help me? I'm like
you
bitch.
are, but we ain't
But
finna
why
let y'all
must there
be
be
over here
smoke,
fighting.
friend?
That's true. I'm very much reformed.
So basically, Jeff's gonna get canceled. You're gonna get arrested. This show is on its last leg. Oh my god!
That was
Next
the
week,
old
we sitting here by herself shooting.
Right.
Like, hey y'all, welcome to Humanized.
Welcome to Humanized.
I'm the only human left.
It's me again. I'm the only human left.
So you don't ever worry about like just getting arrested, friend?
I thought you had been.
Oh shit!
I've never been arrested.
I mean, the cops have come, but she was never arrested.
The cops definitely came. But also, when I did used to be more aggressive physically, like I was younger, like in my 20s and stuff like that. Like I don't really do stuff like
So
that
you
now.
got tired.
I do,
See
but
that?
I do talk. Say some slick shit to a nigga, but I have to be antagonized. Like I would.
What antagonizes you?
Antagonized or spoken to?
Damn, Lutasha.
No, I think that I'm actually nice to men who approach me because I remember one time, I'll never forget when I was in LA and this guy was like, we don't want to talk to black women because y'all always frowning up every time you say hello. So if a man says something to me, I'll be like, hey, da, da, da. Like I'm nice. Like Brady is not nice. But like I'll just be like, okay.
Brandy told us last night that she knows she's in trouble if she's attracted to a man because she's only attracted to mess. And I was like, damn, that's a conversation to have with your therapist. Did you go through that phase of only being attracted to toxicity? Because I went through that phase.
I did. I absolutely did not.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
Jeffrey, I know you did. I was waiting for you to lie here on the show because I know you did.
Well, no, because I was thinking, I'm like, oh no, I didn't fall in love with toxic, but like in thinking of everything, I'm like, oh yeah, no, that was toxic. So
yeah, no. I used to get really, really a lady boner for some mess.
Yeah,
and now it's the opposite. I see it and I get gas.
So no, see, I had this guy and this happened to me in high school, and I feel like it forever changed me. Who I thought he was never like toxic, but he was kind of just like, oh, okay. And then like I realized one day that he like wasn't super into me, and I was like, oh no. I need a man to make me feel like I am the one. There's nobody else. That's
you want him to be obsessed with you then?
I need him to be obsessed. Because if you act indifferent, like that literally makes my pussy dry. Like I cannot deal with it.
I'm finally getting there. But I've never been with someone who I've ever felt was obsessed with me.
Exclusively.
Really?
And it backfires sometimes.
No,
Have you ever
lust.
been obsessed with somebody?
Well, here's the thing that's so interesting. I've been with people who we were obsessed with each other from a place of lust. But I'm talking about the relationship part, like with clothes on. Mm-hmm. So like physical obsession, yes, that I know well. But like emotional obsession, like I want to be your earth and your stars. The people who usually feel like that about me, and I don't feel the same way about them. So, and the people who I feel that way about, like it's never aligned where we've both, like the thirst has been mutual. So I think for me, that's my new thing is I'm not interested unless the thirst is mutual, because I went from being the one obsessed to constantly dating people who were obsessed and realized that I didn't like either. It doesn't feel good when you're having the best time ever because I'm sitting next to you and I could really be at home and be happier.
But see, I pick from the obsessed people. Like anybody who's not obsessed, you're not even in
The running.
for America's Next Top
And then you
Boyfriend.
work up to being obsessed back.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if somebody's obsessed with me, because some girls like men who are obsessed with them, but they don't, and they like being at a distance. I need to feel it. I like that feeling of thirst for someone.
It's gonna take me regardless. Like even if I'm super attracted or like initially involved, it's still gonna take me like a second to like get over the hump because I'm a Cancer. I got that shell, so you're gonna have to get through that shell regardless of how I feel or how I'm attracted to you. But I need somebody who, because I'm like not gonna make an effort, so he's gonna have to do everything, especially in the beginning, because I'm gonna be looking at you like, what you doing here?
So
See,
unless you're courted, wow.
I live in a perpetual honeymoon phase.
Oh, Jeffrey, wow.
Like mine is not
You're a public menace. Oh my God.
Mine is not like, I think they say the honeymoon phase is like 2 years or something like
2
that.
years.
Yeah, no, mine is, if I am not obsessed with you throughout the duration, and I've had 3 serious relationships, and all 3, like, you know, whether it was ups and downs, whatever, I had this quote unquote obsession. Like I was still in this honeymoon phase.
This deep desire for them.
Yeah, the entire time. Even, you know, after we get over our arguments, whatever, and everything was good, I get back into this honeymoon phase. So when I fall out of that, that's when I'm like, oh, this is
You know
over.
what? I was talking shit, but I think I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I think when I really like somebody, there's a giddy child living inside of me that's
all
like,
the
yeah,
time, like all the time.
and like literally, it's either that or we broke up.
Yeah.
like I don't know how to
There's
not.
no gray space. It's
Yeah.
black and white.
Oh my. And I think
Yeah.
we're both Tauruses with Gemini risings and Gemini Venuses. It's the Gemini fucking us up, child.
Probably. 'Cause
We need to feel
I
stimulated.
can't-
We're out.
Like I can't. Like you literally are not even considered. Like it. I can't even be giddy about somebody who's not obsessed with me. Like what do you? You just gonna sit there?
No, I think it actually does make sense to only be attracted by emotional investment. Because I
Yeah.
used to make a list of all the things I
Exclusively.
wanted, but if somebody has all those things but they don't want me,
It doesn't. It really
doesn't
seriously
fucking
doesn't
matter.
It does not fucking matter. Like that's like the biggest thing. Like I have a friend who has like all this list, and I was like, you didn't even put on there like
he like you back.
he like you back.
What does all this mean? If
Yeah.
it doesn't belong to you, Jeff, do you have something that would make you say like, damn, okay, this is my person?
Like one specific thing?
Is there like a certain feeling or moment or activity that you could do with someone that tells you that this might be your person?
There's an activity.
You mean coitus, sexual relations?
There is an activity that can, you know,
Oh, I'm
make
nervous.
or break this relationship.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to look at the camera because I'm uncomfortable and I do not want to know what it is.
Oh, you know what it is.
Oh, I do know what it is. Ew. Okay, so aside from that,
Ain't no aside from that. If that don't work, we don't work. There's no space.
So Jeff says you got to be good with his sex. Okay,
Yeah.
Lulu, is there a thing that you feel that would make you like, this might be my person?
I think that like patience and just somebody who's really comfortable with themselves. Like I didn't realize how much I needed that
Yeah.
until I got with my most recent person, and he's just so comfortable with himself. Like it doesn't matter what I'm doing, if I'm screaming, if I'm carrying on, if I'm drunk. Like he just be like,
That was like our favorite thing. We was always like, we like LaRon because he lets Lutasha be Lutasha.
Yeah,
'Cause,
you don't code switch at all,
like
friend.
sometimes, right? Sometimes you start dating somebody and like you show up and you're just not that same person.
Yeah.
Like Lutasha can't be nobody but Lutasha.
You really can't. I thought you were gonna be. When people get in relationships, you see another side of
Yeah,
them.
and
there
that's
wasn't another side,
listen,
friend.
and
I was
also-
like,
and
what
then
was
Blue,
her?
Also, he's a little bit older, and so it's like she would like tone down who Lutasha is, and baby, let me tell you,
No, I think she. I think she turned it up.
Is more her than I've ever known her to be.
And it's a little chaotic sometimes, friend. and he's like, yeah, that's my girl.
right.
LeBron, he is a solid.
I love
great
that for
dude.
you, and I love that you don't have to shrink for him because you always make
Yes.
comments about I'm such a big girl, I'm so tall, and I was like, that man could let you be another foot taller.
Right.
He would not
And
give a shit.
care.
Don't care.
I think for me, the thing that lets me know that I'm with my person is I'm excited to see them and they're excited to see me back. Like that, again, like the golden retriever running to the door.
Yeah.
Like I love like my eyes lighting up when somebody walked into the room. So if we have that feeling where we're so excited we get to spend time together, then I know I'm in a good space. And also that I feel cared for even when they're mad or frustrated.
Okay.
A lot of people that I've met have been so charming and lovely, and they're dicks the minute they're inconvenienced by life or annoyed or challenged in any kind of way. And I have so many, particularly male friends, who are kind to me even when they disagree or don't understand.
Yeah.
And I'm recognizing how, to me, that's like central to my safety, that you being good to me is not contingent on you having a good day.
Sure.
That's a big one. I had to learn that the hard way. I was like, oh, you're dangerous when you're angry. You're like a Sour Patch. First they're sweet, then they're sour. Like, no.
Yeah.
I've had too many Sour Patch Kids. I need you to be sweet with me all the time.
I gotta always want to like touch you, like hug you, grab you,
Grab your
like,
booty a little bit.
You know, yeah, you know.
That's the Taurus in you, friend.
Oh, another thing I just thought about this based off of what you just said. Another thing that's important is like me being able to trust you. And when I say trust, I'm not even talking about like cheating or anything like that. Like I'm able to trust you, like, because when somebody asked me like, what do me and my boyfriend, what do we fight about? I was like, we don't fight, we have discussions.
I love that.
And so like we just discuss things. So like if he tells me something that I don't agree with or he has a different perspective, I trust that he's not trying to hurt me and that he's not trying to like do something to pull the wool over my eyes. Like he's like,
trust
no.
his heart.
Yeah.
Let's go trust in somebody's heart.
So like that kind of thing, like I have trust with that. And so I'm able to be vulnerable because, like I said, I have a hard shell. So, like, me being able to be vulnerable with him was super important because I'm like, he's not trying to bamboozle me. This isn't a trick.
Put a banana in the tailpipe.
Right. You know what's so interesting? It makes me think of, what is that thing called? There's a thing called the 80-20 rule, but it's not the regular 80-20 rule of, like, you got to like somebody 80% to marry them. The 80-20 rule is when you're arguing with someone, whoever cares the most wins, because sometimes somebody cares in an 80 and you're annoyed at a 20 and you're fighting for your 20% of annoyance when it's something they really care a lot about.
Yeah.
So they say whoever cares the most wins, unless it's like a 50-50, then you have to compromise. And the reason they're saying that is because people who compromise over everything, nobody ever wins. Like you have to be willing to let your partner have a win and they have to be willing to let you have a win so everybody feels satisfied so you don't feel like you're compromising for your entire fucking life. That'd be exhausting if you never got something you wanted without there being an asterisk next to it. People tend to resent that.
Well, I think absolutely. And I don't know if it's because I have 3 siblings.
Ooh.
Compromise is my life. So
It really is.
So like I don't really think like, oh, if I'm compromising, I'm losing anything. But I think that that's my very specific, upbringing and perspective. So again, like with my boyfriend, even if he's winning, I don't feel like I lost. It's just
grace. Like it's okay. I can give it to you.
Like I could give it to you because this is more important to you than like I don't care about this specific thing. If this is important to you, like sure, like whatever. Just like how my mom like you got to share your food with your brother. I'm like here, like he has to eat. I guess.
Yeah. I'm annoyed. I wanted that burger.
But here you go. Yeah.
He has to eat.
I'm just not arguing anymore. I just ain't got it.
And we're back to toxic.
We're back. Jeffrey, oh my God.
We're back.
I'm so happy you're seeing that all men are men. Okay, even the gay ones. Y'all think they so sweet and shit.
You win. You can have it. The one we doing 25 words or less. Yes, you can have it.
That's just so defeatist. Jeffrey ain't got no boundaries. He got guilty grace. He's giving kids candy for breakfast.
I ain't got time to argue now. What am I arguing for? That is stress, and stress kills.
Jeffrey, so does a lack of boundaries.
He's just gonna leave.
He's really gonna leave.
Boundaries in that phone where you blocked.
Jeffrey, you have turned into an amoeba. just like a shapeless being. Like
because
whatever you say
involves so much, and I was
involves so much.
And I have cared.
Caring is exhausting for you. So caring is
exhausting.
Well, it's worth it though.
It is for people like you ladies who I love.
You know what? Don't do that. Do you see these? You lovely ladies. Not you.
With vaginas. It works for y'all.
Fellas, I want you to know that unlike Jeff, it is okay for you to care.
I'm not arguing. You got it. It's yours.
You're too tired. I take back a tired man. Jeffrey's too tired.
I don't argue. It's stupid. Like if I see,
it got worse. I'm not arguing with you because you're an idiot.
When I say Blue, y'all understand. Like when you can just tell somebody because for me it's never about being right. I don't feel like I'm ever trying to be right. I'm just like, but just listen to another perspective.
Yes.
You don't have to agree with it, but just say, you know what.
You have to acknowledge it though. You don't have to agree with it. I can
understand why a person could feel this way. But when I see you can't get past your point, I'm like, oh, you are stupid. I'm not even arguing with that.
Yeah.
And so I have no problem saying, you're right. Because it ends the argument. I don't have to hear it no more. Those are words.
That's what he did with us last week.
Yeah, it is. And we were like, no, we're not taking that from you. Keep talking, sir.
I'm gonna give it to you. You're right.
Look, it's interesting because what I do when I'm checking out, I'm like, oh, I bet. And I've heard that some people think that's combative. Maybe it's the East Coast girl in me. I'm like, bet. At this point, whatever you say, you got it. And I don't feel defeated. Okay. It's just that I don't need this. Like I don't need the W here. I was trying to have us share ideas.
Yeah.
You won't even let go of any of yours. So
you won't let go. Like
it's okay.
Just
see,
hear perspective.
I'm really big on like trying to obtain understanding. When I'm in, conversations like that, that's big for me. So I want somebody who's also doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's important in relationships. I've realized at my big age is that I really want somebody who is also trying to get understanding. It's not even about I'm trying to change how you feel.
Exactly.
I just want you to know where I'm coming from.
Acknowledgement. My mouth just hit the thing off. Like that was weird. Wow. I think I got a little trigger happy on that one. No, acknowledgement. I tell people all the time, nothing can be learned without acknowledgement. Because if you won't even acknowledge my reality, then how am I supposed to feel comfortable entering yours?
Yeah.
And there are people in this world who will literally let you apologize for what you're trying to be the bigger person about, and they shot you in the face and like, all right, well, good talk. You be like, really?
Right. It's like,
you ain't got
wow.
nothing to say? Like, you have nothing to say.
Yeah.
I will say this though, sometimes people ask questions not to learn, they ask questions to diminish.
Sure.
And that's when I actually do not welcome questions. Like some people are asking you questions to poke holes in your argument, not to learn from you, and you could tell the difference.
Yeah.
Inquiring to learn and inquiring to diminish are two very different types of inquiry. I feel like you really be asking, like, you be like, but why though? For real, like why? Like you look so sincerely confused. Like, please unpack it for me like I'm
sometimes
5.
because I do have thoughts and like I want to see like how did you come up with
Like,
this?
how we get here?
How did we get here? Like I really want to know. But
Could you be with
I just
someone
look
who
for the holes in your story. That's why I'm
Damn,
asking questions.
back to toxic.
I'm looking for the holes in your
I'm
story.
looking for the lies.
Yeah, that's like all you have to do is sometimes just ask and listen. I can find the holes in your story very easily.
Well, guys, I hate to say this, but because we're in the studio, and the studio is much more expensive than Zoom, we have to wrap up. I'm really excited that we are entering the time of giving thanks. We are going to be doing an episode right before Thanksgiving. Yeah. Are you guys going to be in town? What are your plans for this holiday season coming up?
I'm going to be in Detroit. I always go to Detroit for Thanksgiving because
you really love your family.
I do love my
That's
family.
beautiful.
Also, we are a football family, and the Lions always play in Detroit, and my dad used to play for the Lions, so we will be there.
Mm-hmm. I will be here in LA watching Latasha and the family on Instagram because they are a hoot. When
We
Latasha
are.
go
They're-
home,
I can imagine.
When we go home, it is a hoot on Instagram.
Yeah, I've seen some of your stories. Like, damn, they're having a great
Doctoring
time.
myself into some more photos, more family photos.
Well, I already mentioned this. Next week's episode is going to be a special Latasha spinoff called Submissive Breadwinners, where we're going to have an investigation. Lulu, I hope you do some prep.
I'm ready.
Okay. Lulu's going to be walking us through her quandaries, her qualms, and her questions about how these men expect us to be both submissive and pay their bills. That's going to be an interesting expose. I'm looking forward to Jeffrey. I feel like you're going to do your job as our toxic king to make sure that you speak on behalf. Me? You know what?
Fake shocked.
Right, don't be fake shocked.
To be shocked.
As always, you guys know you can find Tasha at
Lou_Lou19.
Jeffrey at
Jeffro5, everything JFRO5.
You can find me at Bluecentric, BLUECENTRIC. And also, please make sure to check out our On Thy Shift Self-Mastery Workshop, where you can learn how to work through some of your internal dialogue and not be as toxic as some of our panelists today. The URL, not you, Lulu.
I'm like, oh,
Is it me or Jeff? The URL to register is ots24.eventbrite.com. And because it is the holiday season, for the next 2 weeks until the end of November, the class is $100 off for anybody who signs up this month. You guys know we're all just human beings doing human shit, so please be gentle with yourselves. Can we do a last toast, guys?
Ooh, my glass is empty.
mine
Oh,
too.
wow.
Hang on, we got more.
Damn, y'all be drinking.
Listen, you know.
Indeed.
I was trying to make one glass last the whole thing. Lulu, you do the last toast. What do you want to toast to?
I want to toast to everybody, please having a very safe holiday season and spend time with people you care about.
Oh, salud. I love you, mother suckers. One more slurp for the ASMR. That was good. All right, bye, y'all. That was so cute.